C++ is a deep programming language. Today I was programming and decoding in C++. Was almost my first code. I started the day taking a shower, doing the things, and I went to the library to start my study. I started to make a biology assignment. After I finished, I started to make a traffic light system in Arduino, and the code to code in Arduino you need to use the C++, and then I started the code. The project was to make a simple traffic light system that have the green, yellow, red lights, and also the photoresistor that when have light, the natural light bright, the photoresistor catch the light and turn the street lights off. Have I think 8 lights, the traffic lights and the 3 street lights, and also the garden and the place on we stop the cars lights, the stationament, I forget how to say English, but I needed to program it to code. Then I started to make the system that the traffic lights is always working every day 24/7, and the other lights, when it's day, they then stop to work, and when it's night and the photoresistor don't get the natural light, it comes on, the lights turn on. Then I started to make the code. Initially I thought that C++ was that I knew something about C++, but when I started and I finished, I realized that I don't know nothing about C++. C++ and the C++ applied to Arduino is so deep. I started making the ints and setting the int 3, green, yellow, red, the 3 street lights, and I made the code, and I was making the code with the help, with ChatGPT's help. It helped me so much. I could finish the code because of the ChatGPT. I wasn't asking for it to make the code for me. I was making the code, and when I finished, I asked if it was right and if I could improve something. And I started to make the code, and I finished, and I asked if it had something to improve in the code to make the code cleaner, simpler, if I would make a better code. And it helped me. It gave me advices to make a cleaner, simpler code, and I didn't know that I could get a code and make it more simpler than it is. Make a code more cleaner, simpler, more efficient than is a functional code. I made a functional code, was my first project, my first prototype, and the code that I have now and in the process was staying so cleaner, simpler, better than the first code that isn't only about make a functional code. It's about make the better code that you can make it to do something. The code that I have now is so much better than the first code because the first code consumed more memory RAM, was more complex, more deep, without really meaning. Was more complex, more used more RAM memory, but the new code that I have is more simpler, cleaner, use less memory RAM, is more efficient, is a better code in general. And they do the same function. This code was functional and this is also functional. I don't know if I will go deep into C++. I will go more deep because I have this subject in school that I must learn it because I must finish my high school. Then C++ and programming languages is so deep that I'm the Dunning-Kruger effect, that I think that I know a little bit, that I know everything, but I will fall and realize that I don't know nothing. I'm realizing now then. But I don't know what to have to know then. I think I know a little bit, but I don't know nothing. I also catch the code and put into Tinkercad. Tinkercad is a platform to make Arduino projects, and you can put the code, put the Arduino, move LEDs and make a project in Tinkercad with the code to run into a digital world to see if it works and if it will work in a physical world. Then I made the project, the Arduino, the LEDs, the resistors, the photoresistor, and put the code, and I started, and the code was wrong, didn't work. Even with ChatGPT, and I'm making the code that I tried, I couldn't make, yes. I needed to remove the spaces that have, and yes, the wrong wasn't in the code by itself, was in the spaces. The code was with very spaces that I needed to remove because it wasn't working with these spaces, and without these spaces I could have a functional code. Then I put the code, made the Arduino project, put the LEDs, and it is more difficult than I thought to make the Arduino. I don't knew how to make the things, to put the things in the right places and do something the first time I crashed the Arduino, I was with more energy than the resistors. I put the LEDs without resistors and was wrong, entirely wrong. Then after it, I could make a functional Arduino project. I could put the LEDs with resistors and align the Arduino, align the lines and align a functional Arduino, make the code functional, fix the code, and I was trying initialize, see if it works, see if it is good, and asking for ChatGPT help. And now the code is good, the code is functional, more clean, have a lot that I needed to improve, but the code now is good, is working, the product. I need to make the Arduino project more cleaner and simpler, have a lot of LEDs in bad places and isn't neat and clean. I need to fix it. But the code part is clean, is simple, is efficient. I put comments in lines to know what I'm doing, and my plan is to put this project on my GitHub to make a portfolio. GitHub is very important to software developers, to people that work with code. Then this is my first real project in C++ and Arduino. This was my experience. I will work more with C++, study more about it. C++ is the base of computer science. With the knowledge that I know, the C is the most programming language used, is the commonly programming language used in the industry. Every machinist uses C. C is the base of very things, and I will study more about it and go deep into C++. I hope you like it. Thank you for your attention. Bye.